What up, Earl? Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Ah, like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere. You get the BrandonJaneau Show, man. You go to Black Podcast Directory. They will show you all of where you can find my podcast, man. Pod link, it's everywhere, man. When I say everywhere, man, it's available everywhere. It's available everywhere, man. Um, so go follow me. Go listen to the podcast everywhere podcasts are. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, everywhere, man. Everywhere, man. Go listen to the podcast. That is the audio version. Excuse me. Follow me on social media. Real Brandon Janeau Show. Uh, Real Brandon Janeau Show. REAL Brandon Janeau Show on Instagram and Threads. Uh, uh, Facebook, The Brand New Show, and of course, yeah, Brand New Show on Facebook, The Brand New Show on Facebook, and TikTok, Brand New Show. Follow me also on there. Trying to get more followers on there. I sorry, this goddamn Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. Brand New Show on X, formerly known as Twitter, BJaneau. Go on there, follow me on there as well. Really, where you go though is the YouTube channel, man. BrandonJaneauShow YouTube channel, man. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the vids, like the shorts. YouTube on some bullshit, but that's where you go and see the visuals of this podcast. If goddamn Wi-Fi would work. BrandonJaneauShow on YouTube channel. Go follow me. Go subscribe on there, and I appreciate it if you did. Even if you want to leave a comment, man. Don't do nothing crazy though. Y'all be doing some crazy shit, you know. But you know, yeah. Let's get into it. So, this is I Believe Sports. And I just did the episode to I Believe Sports for the current news that's going on. I wanted to talk about. So that's be coming out later on tonight. But tomorrow will be this episode, and that is I Believe Sports, and that is my top 10 of the decade, which is the 2010s. Now, I've been doing this list for a good stretch of time. I'm getting close to the end. Got to think baseball, and then I got, my favorite players, and then I think I did my favorite players and favorite teams also earlier this year, earlier in the list. So I got baseball last, and then after that, I'm basically done with the top 10 list of sports. But that is not it. Well, for the top 10 list, it will be. But I announced yesterday that I will be doing a new series called Mount Rushmore, which will be effectively into the I Believe Sports. So I will be doing a new series called Mount Rushmore Honorable Mentions, which um, well, I will be talking about later on hopefully after I'm done with this, I'll remind myself to, hey, you need to tell everybody about the Mount Rushmore show. Matter of fact, just do it right now. Fuck it. So Mount Rushmore, in slash honorable mentions will be obviously what it sounds like. Mount Rushmore. It will be my four. In the honorable mentions would be people that I truly believe. Now it will only be two people that I will give an honorable mention to. It will not be three, it will not be eight, it will not be 10, 25. It will be two people that I feel like I just couldn't put them on there because of this. But my Mount Rushmore episodes will start in the hopefully, excuse me, sports is about to slow down a little bit. Basketball is about to get in the playoffs and all these other stuff. So hopefully by the summer, I will be doing my Mount Rushmore episodes, and I believe sports will definitely be a part of that series. So be on the lookout for football, baseball, boxing, hockey. Don't do hockey a lot, but hockey. Um, games, moments, sports moment. It's going to be a bunch of things. I'm going to be 90s, 2000s, 2010s, which I'm doing tonight. Basketball games, basketball players, basketball moments, just like tonight's list. And it's the NBA's top 10 players, my top 10 players of the NBA in the 2010s. So this might be a Mount Rushmore next time during the summer or maybe next year or sometime when I feel the urge to do a Mount Rushmore. But that is the Mount Rushmore, and tonight is the top 10, my top 10 NBA players list of the 2010s. I go from 10 to 1. I explain why each player is on the list and why I have them ranked. Why I have them ranked. If you do not like my list, this is the public service announcement that I have said on all lists and all lists alone. If you do not like this list, you do not like my list, you, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this on audio, you can create your own fucking list. It's not that hard. You can write it down. You can write it down. Get a piece of paper, a pen. If you want to take a picture and post that bitch on social media, post it on social media. Nobody's against you. Do your thing. But this is my opinion. This is how I feel. Now that we got that out the way, let's kick off this goddamn list. And at number 10, it is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Boom, boom, the Greek freak, Mr. Milwaukee Buck. Until now, for now, I should say, Mr. Milwaukee Buck. For now, Giannis Antetokounmpo is at number 10. I know a lot of people are like, why is he not there? It's pump the brakes. Pump the fucking brakes. Giannis is on the list. That's all you need to know about. Giannis is a most improved player in the 2010s. I think he got drafted in 2014, 2013, 2014. Competed in a slam dunk contest. Yeah, sounds insane, but he competed in a slam dunk contest. Became one of the most approved players in the NBA. Went on to become an MVP. Of course, in 2021, he officially became a NBA champion and NBA Finals MVP. One of the rare few players that have won an NBA MVP and a Defensive Player MVP. I mean, Defensive Player of the Year. See, Defensive Player of MVP. Defensive Player of the Year. The man has had a great career. If you think about it, he's had a pretty fucking good. He's had a great fucking career. I mean, he's only been in the league what 12 years, I think. Man's had a great career. I mean, this man literally made the Milwaukee Bucks again a dominant basketball team, a basketball organization. I mean, to the point where they had to go get other fucking pieces. I mean, to make him a champion. The man turned the Milwaukee Bucks franchise around from a team that was a laughing stock for a good stretch of the 2000s, especially after they traded Ray Allen to Seattle. I mean, they were a laugh. I mean, Michael Redd was a beast in Milwaukee. Don't get it twisted. Michael Redd was a beast, but the Jabari Parker pick and they had some picks where you just sitting there like, God damn. And then Giannis gets drafted, and he turns that entire franchise around to the point now where they're at right now. And now it's a little muggy, it's a little fucked up. But I don't know what's gonna happen with Giannis in Milwaukee moving forward. But what I will say is this: if it wasn't for that man, Milwaukee would not have the years that they've had in the last couple of years. I mean, he is one of the ones that definitely had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. Like I said, he started winning MVPs in the late 2000s, 2010s, going into the 2020s. Um, but the man is one of the best basketball players. Like I said, most improved. He got the Milwaukee Bucks to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2019, 2020. Um, before the pandemic. I mean, this man was rolling for a good stretch of time, man. So yes, Giannis is definitely on the list at number 10. Number nine. Number 9. It is Russell Westbrook. Russ is just different. Russ is different, man. Russ is different. Um, Russ is number nine. Um, an MVP in the 2010s. I mean, his explosiveness was insane to watch a fucking guard do what he has done. I mean, broke the Oscar Robertson record for the most triple doubles in the 2010s. But sounds insane, right? It doesn't sound like he broke the record in 2010, the triple double record. He has the most triple doubles in a career. This man is insane. Like the man's had a great fucking career. The man took the Oklahoma City Thunder, no matter what people want to say. I get it. Kevin Durant was great and awesome, and yes. But for what Russell Westbrook has done for the OKC Thunder's franchise, he has left a legacy. I mean, the man's ability in the game is insane. Um, the only reason why he's not ranked higher is I got a couple more people in front of him that I feel like deserve a little bit more. Russell Westbrook has been in the NBA Finals. He got there in 2012 with KD and James Harden. He's an MVP, like I said. He's literally the leader. Has the NBA record in triple doubles. Um, and in 2010s, he was one of the most dynamic guards and players in the entire NBA. So if you do not put Russ on this list, then I feel like your list is invalid. I feel like now again, where you want to rank him is a whole different conversation. But he's definitely on the fucking list. Definitely on the fucking list. Number eight. Number eight. Carmelo Anthony. Oh yeah, here it comes. Here comes the trepidation. Here comes the well, you ain't put Hoodie Mellow. He's on the list, but he's at number eight. Carmelo Anthony in the 2010s went to the Knicks, got them in the playoffs a couple times. But Hoodie Mellow is different, man. He's a different caliber. The way his career kind of ended is kind of fucked up. I mean, it's kind of bad, but when you talk about that 2010, 11, 12, when he got to New York for the first time, when he got to New York, like that was the first time in a long time you saw the Knicks actually become a good team and they actually cared about the fucking Knicks. But Melo was a beast, man. Melo had, kept them afloat for a good bit of time. Then you had Lynn Sanity coming out of nowhere. Excuse me. But Melo was, for a good stretch of time, the Knicks' only real superstar. He was the guy. He carried the Knicks for a good stretch of time. Of course, like I said, how his career ended it still pisses me off to this day. Him and OKC for a good stretch of time. He had the OKC run, and then he had the Rockets run, and he had like the Lakers run at the end. But Melo is definitely one of those guys where scoring wise, nobody was ever going to be able to really physically stop him. Younger Melo was a beast, but I think the older Melo was more of an accomplishment guy. One of the best scorers in NBA history, and that is why Hoodie Melo is at number eight. Number seven. Number seven. James Harden. All right, now that I know nobody's gonna get pissed off or go crazy, here we go. James Harden is at number seven. Um, why is James Harden not in the top five? Why is James Harden not in the top three? Why? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. He's not won a championship, but he had the highest peak of any NBA player I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the man literally was doing shit on a basketball court every night that made people sit there and be like, "What the fuck are we watching?" James Harden is one of those guys. He is the premier top tier guy in the NBA for a good stretch of time. I mean, the entire franchise just gave him the keys and said, take us there." Now there was times with James Harden, even though as great as he was, the beard was the shit. Peak beard was a different caliber. going from OKC, where he was the sixth man, easily the best sixth man in the NBA, to now the franchise overall player in Houston was insane. The man has had years where he was literally the most dominant scorer in NBA history. I mean, the shit was insane. I think he had a 50, 60 point triple double in New York against the Knicks at one point. I mean, the man was just insane. He's just doing shit every game where you just sitting there like, God damn, this motherfucker here, man. The step back three, he would cross you the fuck over to do a little step back three, and you just be sitting there like, bitch, I know damn well you did not just do that shit to me. The crossover on Wesley Johnson is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen in my life. That shit was so disrespectful. Yo, Wesley Johnson was just looking at this motherfucker. Hey, bitch, shoot the shot. You ain't gotta look at me. You did your damage. Shoot the shot. What the fuck? Why are you looking at me, sir? It was so goddamn disrespectful. Oh my god, that boom 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 boom, and he just stared at this man like, bitch, shoot the shot. I ain't like, I'm not getting up. Shoot the shot. Like, the fuck are you doing? That shit was so fucking disrespectful, bro. The man had one of the best seasons. The Rockets one year led the league in NBA. I mean, 3 point makes in a season because of James Harden. I mean, this man was on par for years to be one of the best offensive weapons we've seen ever, ever. So James Harden is definitely at number 7. Number 6. Number 6. Klay Thompson. Just missing the top 5 is the Splash Brother himself, Klay Thompson. There is an argument to be made. There is an argument to be made of, yes, Steph Curry was that dude. There is a good chunk of that where Steph Curry was the fucking man. But none of that shit would have been as effective if Klay Thompson wasn't the shooter that he also was. Because you couldn't double Steph. Because you knew Klay could fucking score. And he can shoot the lights out. This is a man that scored 60 fucking points. He hit like 12 threes in a game. He scored 60 points in 3 quarters. Shit's insane. Like, he scored 60 points in 3 quarters. Like, you ain't never seen no shit like that. This man went on a tear by his fucking self at one point. And that is the one thing about Klay Thompson that we don't give him enough credit. Like, Klay Thompson, for a good stretch of time, was the best, not just shooter in the league, but probably one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. Like, they were talk about the clutch shot that Kyrie Irving hit. Yeah, nobody ever saw Klay Thompson. The Thompson to shut that shit down. Completely different. To just be a part of the Splash Brothers with Steph Curry, be a background player, Splash Brothers, to have the career that Klay Thompson has had, of what, 3-time champion? Yeah, 3-time champion, 4-time champion, because he actually was on the team when they won that fourth rank. To be on the team and to win, 4 championships, 3 with the Golden State Warriors particularly, Klay Thompson is and should be considered one of the best basketball players that I've ever done. And I get it, the last couple of years, his injuries have really caught up to him. But for a good stretch of time, there was a time where you can physically have a conversation of who's the best shooter on the team. Is it Steph or is it Klay? There was a real time where you can actually have that conversation. So Klay Thompson is definitely on this list. And if it wasn't for Klay Thompson, they would not have the chips that they have had because Steph Curry at a good point of his career was not a great defender, but Klay was. So Klay's definitely on the list. He's at number 6. He just missed the top 5, but he is definitely on the list. All right. If I get done, if I go into the top 5, I gotta do a recap. At number 10, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Greek freak. Number 9, Russell Westbrook. Number 8, Carmelo Anthony. Number 7, number 7, uh, wait, James Harden, and number 6, Klay Thompson. Taking out the top 5. Kawhi Leonard, the Claw himself, is at number 5. I know. What the fuck do you mean Kawhi Leonard's at number 5? What the fuck has he done to get number 5? Well, I'm happy you said that because I could tell you what he's done. One of the youngest defensive player of the years ever. The man is one of the youngest NBA Finals MVPs ever. He literally took the Toronto Raptors to the fucking championship his first and only year in Toronto and won the fucking ring. And he's one of the best on-ball defenders still in the NBA when he's healthy. Kawhi Leonard's that fucking dude. I think people forget that because he does get hurt. And I've been very open and honest about Kawhi Leonard and how I feel about Kawhi Leonard. I just don't like seeing players like Kawhi Leonard who had such a great peak in their careers. And all you see them now as just fucking injured fucking people. Like, I don't like seeing shit like that. Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway. Like, there's certain players in NBA, Brandon Roy. There's certain players in NBA history that are too fucking great, and their peaks were so amazing, and we saw it. We physically saw it, and then they got injured, and we're just like they could never get out of it. And you're just sitting there. You're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like the injuries. Like, what the fuck, dude? Kawhi Leonard for a good stretch of time before he got traded to San Antonio and he got injured. You can physically make an argument that he can carry the Spurs to a championship. Like, he got them, I think, to the Western Conference Finals because that Golden State team with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, he got them to the Western Conference Finals without Tim Duncan, without Tony Parker, without Manu Ginobili. Like, and then he got injured in that series. Now, some people will say it was a dirty injury, or I'm not here to debate that. I'm not here to debate that. But there is a point to be made that Kawhi Leonard, if you know, Kawhi Leonard could have, if he never gets injured, he would be higher on this list. If he never gets hurt, Kawhi Leonard maybe goes on to become one of the best players in NBA history. The fact that he's one of the best on-ball defenders, and when he had just a little bit of health, you saw what he was capable of in Toronto. Like, he can do it. Like, it's insane. Kawhi Leonard had a chance to be one of the best players to ever do it. This man's a defender. The man is a 2-time champion. He's a defensive player of the year. He's one of the best on-ball defenders. He's still a gifted mid-range jump shooter. When Kawhi is healthy, it's fucking scary hour. Like, he can fucking still play. When he is healthy, that's a scary ass dude. Like, so when I hear people, I know people gonna say it's like Kawhi Leonard. I know how y'all operate. I know how y'all talk. I know how it is. Because I know y'all are ready to be like Kawhi Leonard. But I'm telling y'all now, Kawhi Leonard, for a good stretch of the 2010s, before he got hurt, was on par or maybe even better than LeBron James. I know, blasphemy. Blasphemy, my nigga. I get it. I know. But that is a actual truth. And you don't want to hear it because it's facts. It's because it's facts. Number 3. No, number 4. Sorry. Number 4 It is Kobe Bryant. I already know. I hear it. What the fuck you mean Kobe's four? You telling me he's fourth over James? He's fourth over Russ? How did he? Kobe Bryant is fourth. Let's actually have this conversation. Kobe's fourth. Kobe Bryant in the 2010s. First of all, he starts off in the 2010s winning his second championship, back-to-back titles. He goes into the 2011 season with a three-peat on the brain. They lose to Dallas in the playoffs, second round. Lose to Dallas. 2012, he was supposed to get Chris Paul. The NBA vetoed that shit, put him in with the Clippers. In 2012, they trade Lamar Odom to the Dallas Mavericks. And yet the Lakers still have a pretty okay year, pretty decent year. Still get in playoffs, do enough. Kobe does his thing. He still has his great year. Gets him in the playoffs, just can get past the OKC Thunder with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and they just couldn't get past the OKC Thunder. Thunder was just younger than them. They were just younger, more hungry. They wanted it more. They were not going to beat the Thunder that year. 2013 is what the experiment year. What I think Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, and they had that shit for like one fucking year because that shit just did not work. And then you had 2014. No, 2013. He tears his Achilles the last fucking game of the year. Like no, 2014. They get in the playoffs in 2013. Then they go in 2014 and then he gets injured because he tears his Achilles because he basically wheels the fucking Lakers into the playoffs. This isn't play-in years. Like this was you don't get another chance. He wills the fucking Lakers into the playoffs in 2014. That might have been a year when they got Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. He wills them into the playoffs in 2014. Physically gets them into the playoffs by his fucking self. Like this man goes on a fucking rampage for like 8 straight games just to get them in the playoffs. So the point where he tears his fucking Achilles. This man shoots the free throws. Shoots the fucking free throws. On a fucking torn Achilles, man. A ruptured Achilles. Leaves the game. He finds out he goes back out and shoots the free throws and then comes back. Leaves, and the Lakers get torched in the playoffs. Like get fucking torched in the playoffs. Because the one person that actually led them and got them into the playoffs isn't fucking there. Kobe fucking wheeled these dudes into that. He misses the 2015 season because of the torn Achilles. He comes back in 27 and he comes back in 2016, and that's his last year. And it's an up and down year. And then they finally, he has his moment where, the 60-point game, the last game of his career, he has a 60-point game. When people sit here and try to downplay Kobe Bryant, I want people to actually acknowledge the fact that Kobe Bryant has done way more greatness than people want to give him credit for. Like I said, the year he tore his Achilles, he fucking wheels the fucking Lakers into the playoffs, like by his fucking self. Dwight Howard was non-fucking existent in that whole year because he just didn't want to fucking be there because Kobe kept getting on his ass about not being able to play the way he needed to play. So he took the contract and went to Houston the next year. But when people sit there and talk about Kobe, you don't have the proper context to explain this shit to these people because they don't have the proper context to explain why they don't want to put Kobe in the top three. Bitch, you are stupid. This is a man that literally willed teams into fucking playoffs. So, I'm not gonna go back into the 2000s, but the 2000s, this man has Swish Parker as a fucking guard, and he still found a way to get in the fucking playoffs. Like, I don't think people understand, man. This man's different, bro. The only reason why he's not top three is because he ended his career in 2016. That's about it, bro. That's it. The 2016 year was really hard to watch, but again, he has a 60-point game, his last game, and it's just like, that's Kobe. People always want to sit and say, oh, the only reason why y'all give Kobe the praise is because he passed away. No, it's not because of that. Y'all didn't grow up and watch Kobe like I grew up and watched Kobe. So anytime I hear somebody try to use that as the excuse, you sound fucking stupid and you don't know basketball. Like, the fact of the matter is, you dumbasses will sit there on social fucking media because you got a tablet and want to comment and say Kobe's not top three. Bitches, you stupid? Are you fucking? Are you lost? Have you lost it? Kobe's top three easy. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Even LeBron James himself would tell you, yo, if it wasn't for Kobe, I'll probably never get an Olympic medal. Because Kobe came in and changed the entire U.S. program from the moment he decided to come into the U.S. Olympic team. Like, people need to shut the fuck up when they talk about this man, because you never have the proper context. Everybody that sits there and go absolutely crazy and talk down on this man, when I hear y'all talk, it's like, you motherfuckers are really stupid. You really believe the shit you talk about. Because you are a 20-year-old kid and you never watched Kobe. Like, it's just insane. So yeah. But Kobe is fourth. I can't even explain this shit to people. Like, it's fucking insane that people will sit there with a straight face and tell everybody Kobe's not top five. Then who the fuck is? He ain't top four. Nigga, then who is? He's not top three. Then who is? Who? Because most of these niggas you be naming are inspired by Kobe. Anyway, number three. Shit. Number three. Kevin Durant. Listen, man. KD. Listen, man. Won an MVP in OKC, obviously. Won his MVP in OKC. Got the team to the NBA Finals. One of the youngest teams to ever get to an NBA Finals, age-wise. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. I will never forgive the OKC Thunder for fucking paying Serge Ibaka over James Harden, because they couldn't understand that the league was changing. But it is what it is. Kevin Durant has great years in OKC. Could never get back to the NBA Finals after the 2012 season. They never got back to the NBA Finals with the OKC Thunder, but he still had great seasons. Actually tore his Achilles in 2013, 2012, I think in 2013 he tore his Achilles. His MVP season the next year, I think he tore his Achilles, and he could never get back to the NBA Finals. He came back in 14, I think it was. He just could never get back to the NBA Finals. The year they could have gotten there, they blew a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors. The following year, KD, of course, does the move that everybody continuously says is the worst move in NBA history. It's funny because I think LeBron's has the worst move in NBA history, but that's neither here nor there. Kevin Durant, that's neither here nor there. Kevin Durant then wins, goes to Golden State, signs this deal, and he wins basically what, 2 out of the 3 years he's in Golden State, 2 out of the 4 years he's in Golden State, 2 out of the 3 years. Because I think he was only there for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. He was there for 2016. Yeah, 2016, 2017, and 2018. No, it wasn't. No, wait a minute. 20. He was only there for 3 years. I thought he was only there for 3 fucking years. So he was there for 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, and then he ends up in Brooklyn. He tore his Achilles again and ends up in Brooklyn. So that was 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. He won 2 championships in Golden State, of course, with the Golden State Warriors. He won in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Of course, like I said, tore his Achilles. In the finals and lost to Toronto. For the most part, Kevin Durant is one of the most prolific scorers of NBA history. I mean, this man is one of the greatest scorers of all time. I mean, let's just get that shit out the way. Just past Michael Jordan on the scores list, which means now he's only behind Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Kobe Bryant. He's only behind Kobe Bryant. He's behind Kobe. He's behind Kobe, Karl Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James. Those are the only players he is physically behind. But Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers of all time. I'll say the one knock on Kevin Durant's career is that he can't be the leader. He can't be the guy that actually leads your fucking. Not saying like he can't be the leading scorer, he can't be the leader. He can't be the guy to get your team rallied. He's shown us enough in his career where he's just not that guy. Even in OKC, it was more Russell Westbrook than it was Kevin Durant. In Golden State, it was Steph and Draymond. Even in Brooklyn, and that's why Brooklyn fell apart so fast because Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, none of those dudes were actual physical leaders. They were scorers, great scorers, but they weren't leaders. Nobody was a leader in that room to really lead. And then you put him, and then you gave him Steve Nash as a coach. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? But that is why Kevin Durant has never won a championship since then. It's like, because he's not a fucking leader. He's not a leader of men. And I know a lot of people think that shit sounds wild. He's not a leader. He's not a leader of men. And it's okay. Like, bro, he's a great fucking scorer. When he went to go to state, the reason why it worked so well is because all you needed him to do was just fucking score. I didn't need you to get up and give a speech and talk about how you needed to be this. Like, no. But what Kevin Durant is greatness. He is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He's one of the greatest scorers. He's one of the best individual offensive weapons we've ever seen in our lives. Like, this man can shoot the fucking ball. He's been that way since he was at Texas. I'm talking about college. It's like, bro, the man's that dude. But like, when we look at Kevin Durant, when we look back at his career, when it's all said and done, they're going to lump him into the worst decision in NBA history. But if he doesn't see how LeBron moved, then he doesn't do what he did. Despite what you want to say, LeBron completely made Kevin Durant's move look okay in his eyes. Speaking of that, number two. Speaking of that, number two, LeBron James. LeBron is second. I know. Number one. I got somebody that's better at number one. But he's two. You should be happy about that. He's two. LeBron won 3 championships in the 2010s. He's won 2 titles in the 2010s. A couple of MVPs in the 2010s. Yeah, LeBron James is what when you think of a player, of an NBA guy that went from being, you know, considered a can't miss prospect, he has lived up to every bit of that expectation. He has lived up to it. You cannot sit here and pretend like LeBron James hasn't lived up to that expectation. That is ridiculous. LeBron James has lived up to every sense of that fucking word. He was always the guy. He was the chosen one. He truly was. And what he has accomplished in his career is nothing short of spectacular. It is insane to see that man's career and how it has actually generally went. He's done exactly what he said he was going to do, and he did it. Now, how he's done it, now that's a whole different fucking conversation. Now that's a whole different fucking conversation. Like I have said numerous times, I just literally just said it a moment ago about Kevin Durant. LeBron James, the move he made to go to Miami will, and as much as people don't want to say this, and will always, you can have whatever you want to say, but that move that he made to Miami will always be looked at as the move that made a lot of these players say, I don't have to be loyal. anymore. I don't have to be loyal. If you're not going to win a championship, if I'm not going to feel like we can win a title here, I don't have to be loyal to you. I can leave. And that is what has hurt the NBA in a sense. Because a lot of players felt like if LeBron can do it, then I can fucking do it. And that is all that they needed. They just needed the person, the face of the league, to take the bullet. And he did. Respect him for doing it, but it still was a bitch move to do. And I don't care how you feel about that. That was a bitch move. You should have never done that. Like, you should have never, and I get it. They were never going to build a team in Cleveland around him. They never were going to give him what he needed to really get where he wanted to go. He was never going to win a championship with that team. And they were never going to be bad enough to get a Kyrie Irving. They were never going to be bad enough to get a Kevin Love. They were never going to be bad enough to get an Andrew Wiggins or, one of those players. They were never going to be bad enough because LeBron was not going to allow them to be that bad. But at the same time, you had to do more to help this fucking team. And what he did going to Miami, yes, he got what he wanted. He got a championship. He got two. Got a couple MVPs. He got exactly what he wanted. The problem with that is that even though he got what he wanted and secured his legacy, it also changed the projection, the prohibited feeling towards why he had to move the way he moved. No star player does shit like that. And that's just the facts. So yeah, even though you shit on Kevin Durant for a while, how he moved, and that was a crazy fucking move. It was a bad fucking move to do that. Kevin Durant was feeling the same way LeBron was feeling. As good as OKC is, I can't win a title here. There's nothing that Russell Westbrook can physically do that can get me a championship. As great as Russ is, there's something missing. And as OKC is a good team, they're a great team. But I can't win a title here. It wasn't like Cleveland. They didn't have, it wasn't like Cleveland. But even in that sense, if you're the GOAT, if you're the greatest, you should be able to will that fucking team along no matter what. And the fact of the matter is, LeBron just never did that. Doesn't change the fact that he did win championships in 2010s. Doesn't change the fact that he won MVPs in 2010s. Doesn't change the fact that LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Even if I don't like the way he moved, it doesn't change the facts. It just makes you look at his legacy differently. And that's all the fuck people have said. You can have the LeBron conversation. LeBron's the greatest. And you can say there and say he's the guy. Okay, cool. To you. To you. But to me, he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But I can never put him in a number one slot because no matter what the fuck you want to believe, his career will be looked at because of one, how he's also lost in the finals, and two, that move is a disheartening fucking move. He should have never fucking done that. And that's just facts. And number one, it is Steph Curry. Obviously, it's Chef Curry. We can debate this all day, and I still would say Steph Curry is better than LeBron. Steph Curry's actually done what y'all say LeBron has done. He's actually changed the league. Steph Curry has actually done what y'all think LeBron has done. He's changed the league. I have said this numerous times. You cannot name me too many players that came in like the LeBron James build and the LeBron James, ability, and everybody praised it. And then turn around and still say, well, LeBron James, you can't sit there and say LeBron James has done this and done that when you can't even find a prototype like a LeBron James in the NBA that has actually succeeded. Whereas for Steph Curry, there are multiple players that have come into the NBA like a Steph Curry, might not could shoot 50 fucking feet and all that other shit, but have performed and proven that they can be the face of our franchises. Trae Young is one example. I know people now want to shit on Trae Young, but let's not pretend like Trae Young didn't take the Atlanta Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago. Like people want to shit on him, but let's give him the proper respect too. Steph Curry, like I said with Klay Thompson, as great as Klay Thompson was, Steph Curry was the conversation. Steph Curry is also the only player in NBA history to be named unanimous MVP. Not Michael Jordan, which sounds insane. Michael Jordan, not Michael Jordan, not Mike. That sounds fucking insane, don't it? It sounds insane. Not Mike, not LeBron, not Kobe, not Shaq, not Tim Duncan, not there's numerous fucking players we can have a conversation. Not Charles Barkley, not shit, not LeBron, not Kevin Durant. Steph Curry is the only player to be named unanimous MVP in NBA history. That shit sounds fucking insane. That shit sounds insane, but it's true. When I talked about James Harden earlier, when I said his peak was insane and it was incredible and it was amazing to see, the only peak that was better was Steph's. Steph Curry's peak, and I mean, I spoke on this a couple of weeks ago when I talked about Golden State. Every fucking night, it felt like if you missed a Golden State game, you missed greatness. Clay was either going off for 37 points in a fucking half or in a quarter, or Steph Curry was hitting some 50-foot fucking shot at the end of the game, and you just sitting there like, how the fuck? What the fuck is it? Like, it's insane. Steph Curry is the embodiment of what the NBA has become, a three-point shooting league. I have said this numerous times. There have been other three-point shooters: Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, um, Alex English. Like you've had three-point shooters throughout. Craig Hodges, Steve Kerr, Steve Nash. You've had Dirk Nowitzki, Larry Bird. You've had three-point shooters, three-point marksmen, but there's a different level to a Steph Curry. That is why when people kept saying no three-point shooter, no three-point shooting team has ever won an NBA championship, it's never been done. Well, they never seen Golden State. And Steph Curry is the embodiment of why Golden State worked. He was a person that was supposed to get traded. Golden State was supposed to trade him to Milwaukee for Andrew Bogut. And they said, no, you could take Monte Ellis, but we're keeping Steph Curry. And they built their team around him, even though Steph Curry at the time was injury prone. He had, injury prone. He had, bad ankles, and they still took him. They kept him and built their team around him and became probably one of the best damn decisions in basketball history by keeping this kid. Steph Curry is one of the greatest to ever do it. And I feel like when it's all said and done, like I said numerous times, I think people are going to look back at his career and they're going to bump him up the list even fucking more when people look back at his career. And they're going to be like, damn, he did that? The man is the leader in three-point shooting like ever. He is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. He broke the NBA record for the most three-point shots made in a career. He has the record. I don't think he has the record. I don't think people understand that. He's one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time. He is a four-time NBA champion. He won three of them in the 2010s. And if you do not look at the franchises, he is the embodiment of loyalty. He had stayed with the Golden State Warriors from the day they drafted him in 2009. He has been a beast since Davidson. The man is one of the greatest to ever do it. And that is why he's at number one on this list. Before I get off this, I got to recap the list. At number one, Steph Curry. Number two, LeBron James. Number three, Kevin Durant. Number four, Kobe Bryant. Number five, Kawhi Leonard. Number six, number six, number six, James Harden. Number 7, Klay Thompson. Um, Number 8, Carmelo Anthony. Number 9, Russell Westbrook, and number 10, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is the list. Yeah, that is the list. Yeah, that's the list. That's the list. Hope you guys enjoy this. Next time it will be baseball, and then it is over. 2010s are over, and like I said, Mount Rushmore is coming soon, but that's later on. Till next time, I am Brandon Janeau. You guys enjoy this list. Peace.